Mackenzie Scott, the $640 million that Bezos' ex-wife spends on being a left-wing warrior. The writer and the businessman divorced in 2019, and since then she has not stopped donating. Environmentalism, trans causes, aid to the poor and social integration are his favorites. On her Instagram account, Mackenzie Scott, 53, has published only one photo of herself, a successful image of a cohort of comments that symbolize the most representative of the United States divided between the Californian postmodern and the patriotic conservative. Jeff Bezos' ex-wife receives praise for having donated hundreds of millions of dollars in recent years, but also criticized for choosing leftist causes to work her miracle, to the insult of a misogynist who assures that giving away the money from his billionaire divorce is a typically female behavior. Happens the defense of a liberal who advocates to do what he wants with what belongs to him. Then there are those who treat her as if she were the fairy godmother who with magic and few taxes grants all kinds of desires, from actions necessary to alleviate hunger and misery to others more questioned for their high burden of politicization. Owner of the Yield Giving Foundation, the Californian writer and lawyer has given a total of $640 million to 361 organizations, 122 of which have been allocated to funds to support the undocumented in the United States. One of the NGOs that has benefited the most from its generosity has been the Florida Immigrant Coalition, a charity openly critical of the Republican Party and its state governor, Ron DeSantis, the latter known for his radical ideas against illegal immigration. Another cause for which the billionaire advocates is everything related to the transgender issue. Of the $72 million it has given to LGBT companies, 18 have led to various organizations that defend that trans athletes are integrated into the sport of the gender with which they feel identified. Some of them are Transgender Law Center, Alabama ACLU, Soccer Without Borders and Out Front Minnesota. Mackenzie Scott has also become a captain of the so-called Social Justice Warriors, that is, Warriors of Social Justice, a lobby that publicly protests against any cause it considers unfair. An example of this is the Gender Justice the Neighbor Project, which benefited from $2 million courtesy of Bezos' a project that seeks to build and sustain a world free of gender barriers, something that requires community organization, education, and changing the way we talk and think about gender. Going into less subjective issues, Scott has given up his $55 million mansion in Beverly Hills to welcome homeless people, some of whom are immigrants who receive a free help and integration program. The one in San Francisco is also very concerned about climate change. During the 5 years of activity of its foundation, it has provided a liquidity of $18 million to clean energy projects. Scott has decided to be a Robin Hood since she divorced the founder of Amazon in 2019, an infidelity of the businessman with the journalist Lauren Sanchez, with whom he is now going to marry, ended with 25 years of relationship. The couple had 4 children in common, 3 biological, and a girl adopted from China.